President Biden has spent the last 2 weeks trying to define and then redefine what has become to known as Bidenomics. The president now wants to talk about his economic record. Well, I would say let us have that conversation. Here's what Bidenomics means to working families in my home state of Wyoming. It means record inflation, it means hollowed out savings, and it means crushing interest rates. Bidenomics is a radical recipe causing more and more Americans to fall further and further behind. It means families are faced with tough decisions every single day. Decisions about how they're going to make ends meet. Decisions about what they can afford at the grocery store, how much gas they can put in the vehicle. Decisions as they're trying to pay their bills sitting at the kitchen table. Bidenomics is spelling a summer of suffering for every single American. Now, before the president took office, inflation was practically non-existent, 1.4%. But under the Biden-Harris administration, prices have risen 16.6%. American households are spending $900 more per month just to keep up. The average household has spent over $2,300 more on energy alone since Joe Biden came to the White House. Now, that's to fill a tank of gas, that's to keep the lights on, it's to heat the house in the winter and cool it in the summer. Look, Wyoming families are worried about our nation and our nation's future, and they believe this country is on the wrong track. That's what I've heard all over the 4th of July recess from families from Cody to Gillette, Casper to Pinedale. That's what they've shared with me, and they are so much in agreement with families all across this country, because the high cost of everything is the top issue that people are talking about and thinking about nationally. That's the impact of Bidenomics. That's what Joe Biden has done to this country. The pain and suffering that the American families are feeling is nothing to celebrate over the 4th of July. But that's what the White House is trying to do. So, you wonder how we got here? Well, let me tell you. This agenda by the Democrats and Joe Biden and his colleagues in the House and in the Senate, the Democrats have an agenda of runaway spending, of government overreach, and of reckless tax hikes. Look, we warned our Democrat colleagues that the Biden-Harris spending would send prices soaring. That's exactly what happened. The spending also drove interest rates higher. Sky-high interest rates are sapping savings. They're putting an additional burden on working families.
Uh-oh, friends. I have bad news to tell you about this Monday. Lawmakers in the House of Representatives are now having a huge debate on the federal government's debt. Republicans have given an ultimatum on funding the government. Spending cuts may also occur to key programs very soon. My dearest friends, please make sure that you watch until the end of this video for all of the new details. Also, this coming Friday, I will be announcing several winners for the Walmart gift card giveaway. If you'd like to enter these weekly giveaway, friends, please click and like several of my videos and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, friends, the greater your chances of winning these giveaways. According to Yahoo News, this past week, conservatives threw the House of Representatives into a big debate. House Speaker Kevin McCarthy was once again forced to appease the same people who nearly denied him the job just 6 months ago. The House Freedom Caucus' latest opposition against Kevin McCarthy was over the National Defense Authorization Act. That bill has historically passed with bipartisan support, and Republicans and Democrats had reached broad consensus on this year's version. But GOP hardliners demanded a slew of last-minute amendments. Although hardline conservatives in the House succeeded in making their changes to the spending bill, the current fight is unlikely to end in their victory. The Senate is still in Democrats' hands, as is the White House, and Democratic negotiators will insist on removing the most controversial measures before allowing the bill to become law. An even bigger battle looms after Congress returns from its August break. Lawmakers must pass a government funding bill by the end of September to avoid a government shutdown, and Freedom Caucus members are gearing up to use that negotiation as leverage to further slash spending. 21 Freedom Caucus members have recently sent Speaker McCarthy a letter with a list of demands for the government funding bill. The letter, organized by Freedom Caucus Chairman Scott Perry and Caucus Policy Chairman Chip Roy, stipulated that McCarthy abandon the agreement he struck with Biden this spring to avoid a debt default and authorize spending at lower levels. They demanded that funding levels match the fiscal 2022 amount of $1.47 trillion without using any gimmick. They called on Speaker McCarthy to hold off on bringing all 12 government spending bills to the floor until they have passed through committee. They demanded that Speaker McCarthy publicly reject the possibility of an omnibus bill. That is a large and often last-minute package that combines all the spending measures. Representative Chip Roy shrugged when asked about concerns that the Freedom Caucus demands might lead to a government shutdown. Moderate lawmakers worry that the Freedom Caucus's decision to turn the defense bill into another bipartisan brawl indicates that the looming government shutdown fight will get ugly. Freedom Caucus members are not particularly worried about political blowback from a government shutdown. In fact, many of them believe that triggering shutdowns has worked for them in the past. In 2013, when Roy was chief of staff to Senator Ted Cruz, he helped persuade House Republicans to force a 17-day shutdown in an attempt to repeal Obamacare. So according to Yahoo News, their power to cause huge debate has grown this year due to the House GOP's thin majority. Because Republican leaders can afford to lose support of only 4 members on any House vote, the dozen GOP lawmakers are able to disrupt the chamber at any time. So, dear friends, what are your thoughts on all of this? Please let me know what your thoughts are in the comments section below. Language blocking a ban on gas stoves has also been incorporated into a bipartisan Senate appropriations bill, giving it a significant chance to ultimately become law. A bill that would prevent the Consumer Product Safety Commission from banning the products was incorporated into a funding bill for financial services and general government. The amendment was approved as part of a larger manager's amendment containing several other additions to the bill. It was approved in a committee voice vote without significant debate. The House and Senate are both carrying out their own appropriations processes, so if a bill passes one chamber, it is not necessarily guaranteed to become law. However, provisions blocking a gas stove ban would likely not face significant opposition in the House, which has already passed a bill to do so as a standalone measure. Senate Democrat Joe Manchin, who sponsored the gas stove amendment, celebrated its inclusion in the bill in a written statement. Right now, gas stoves have been the center of a fierce debate in Washington, D.C., after a Consumer Product Safety Commission member indicated that the panel was considering regulations or even a ban on them. So, dear friends, what are your thoughts about our government banning gas stoves? Please let me know what your thoughts are in the comments section below. Well, my marvelous and magnificent friends, that is the end of my daily stimulus update video for this Monday. My dear friends, thank you so much for joining me here every day and for being part of this community. To say thank you, I will be announcing more winners for the Walmart gift card giveaway this coming Friday. If you would like to enter these weekly giveaway, friends, please click and like several of my videos and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you watch and then comment on, friends, the greater your chances of winning the giveaways. Thank you and have a wonderful and very blessed week.